What's going on, guys? Midwest Tokusatsu here, and today we have more news for you, mostly coming from Power Rangers, a little bit of Ultraman actually, and also the return date for Superhero Time, which will be the last thing we'll talk about. But first, the one thing I wanted to start with was some spoilers for Beast Morphers, because some of you may know that in the UK they've already started airing ahead of us in the US now, and they're already on episode 9, which is the Evox Snare. So if you don't want any spoilers, I'd say skip ahead to the next image you see after the one that shows up here right now. 3, 2, 1. Gone? Okay. Okay, so in the UK, the Evox Snare just aired. Now, while I haven't personally watched the episode yet, I have found it, and I saw the clip where Dr. K from RPM actually made a cameo, and really? I was actually impressed by how they wrote her, because like she sounds and talks just like she did in RPM. Like that tells me right there, like that these writers, like they can, like they know what they're doing, as long as like how should I say this? You can tell that these writers, they took their notes from watching RPM and knew how to depict her here, and hopefully it serves as a reminder that this franchise doesn't always have to be, you know, geared towards the lowest common denominator and always be so, you know, juvenile. I mean, we know it's a kid's show, but I mean, it should play on the same level as other kid shows that I see, like, you know, Adventure Time, Steven Universe. I can go on forever. But yeah, episode 9 looks interesting. I'll check it out eventually. Moving on. Okay, so our next bit of news is coming from, we'll start small first. This is coming from MegoMuseum.com, and for those of you that don't know, Mego is this company where back in the day, like, they made all sorts of like dolls of comic book characters or TV characters like Spider-Man, Hulk, Superman, Batman, like you name it, they probably got it. But recently they made a big comeback, and they've just announced that they have a licensing agreement with Super Rider Productions to make an Ultraman Mego doll. So the article here says, Mego Corporation, the original action figure toy company working with the licensing group LTD, announced today that it has acquired licensing rights to create an action figure based on Super Rider Productions' classic Ultraman and anime Ultraman properties, and one a throwback to Mego's past, the other a look at their future. So I could see them doing the original Ultraman, but it sounds like they're doing the one from the Netflix anime too, so that's kind of, he wears armor, so I'm not quite sure how they pull that off. But we'll see, that sounds interesting. Going on, Ultraman debuted in 1966 as a live-action Japanese TV show. We know this already. We kind of scroll towards the end. Stay tuned for the launch announcement of the newly released characters to be revealed shortly as part of the Marty Abrams Presents Mego action figure toy line. So, depending on the price, I might actually look into one of these, because I've actually collected some Megos in the past. I really only have my Spider-Man one left, but if the Ultraman one looks good, I might give it a shot. Now our next bit of Ultraman news comes from Creativity by Design, NLLC.com. And I believe this is from Kaiji no Kami on YouTube, for those of you that know his channel. There's an article here that announces the Mill Creek release for Ultraman Ginga and Ginga S for September. Now, as you know, Mill Creek has been doing their Ultraman releases ever since, I believe, October of last year, where they started with Ultra Q, and then they've done a couple of the newer series too. Like, I've gotten Return of Ultraman so far, and also Ultraman Orb. I checked Orb out, that's a pretty good series. But the next one that they've announced is Ginga right here, and I think Ginga is actually the first of the Heisei Ultra series. Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't watched too much in the way of Ultraman, but this I definitely will be getting. Anyway, the article goes on to say that continuing their barrage of Ultraman Blu-rays, Mill Creek just revealed that the predecessor series to Ultraman X, Ultraman Ginga, will be released on September 15th. The Blu-ray will include both seasons. Season 2 is known as Ginga S, its movie, and the Ultra Fight Victory minisodes. Okay, so that's also included in there. I didn't know that. This is great news, as it means we will now have all of the Neo Heisei stuff of Ultraman up through Geed on Blu-ray, with Rube hopefully to follow by Christmas. So yeah, it sounds like Mill Creek has just been pumping these things out like a lot faster than Shout Factory did with their Sentai releases. But hopefully, like, they'll take notes here and kind of like speed things up with their Rider releases. I mean, no rush. Like, yeah, take your time if you need to. But it'd be nice to see a little competition going here, if you know what I mean. So moving on, I believe next up we have the trailer for Ultraman Z, actually, and release date. Now, this isn't an article that I found, but it's a YouTube video where it announces the release date for Ultraman Z as June 20th? Yeah, June 20th. And the trailer is right here. Okay, so it's not so much a trailer, but it's like a little pre-episode 0 kind of thing. But anyway, link to the description. Link in the description down below will be provided for that. Alright, so for our last bit of news, we have a confirmed return date for Superhero Time for Sentai and Rider, specifically Hero Major and 01. So as we all know, that it's been on hiatus for a couple of weeks now, and for a while we didn't have a confirmed release date, but we were told that it would be June, just not an official date. But now our official date is set for June 21st. And I'm almost caught up on both shows too. So, hopefully by that time, I will be all caught up. But anyway, that's about all I have for you today. So remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to like my Facebook page at Midwest Tokusatsu. I am also on Instagram, Twitter, and Patreon. And this is your captain, signing out.